What the richest man in Babylon would tell you today to save your finances. Did you know that more than 4,000 years ago, there was already a clear formula to stop being broke? And today, in the 21st century, that formula is more alive than ever. Get ready, because we're about to reveal the timeless lessons from the richest man in Babylon, like you've never heard them before. Babylon was one of the wealthiest cities of the ancient world, and it wasn't by chance. There lived Arkad, the richest man in the city, but he wasn't born wealthy. He became wealthy. Everything he knew, he learned. Arkad started as a simple scribe, earning very little, but with wisdom, discipline, and a different mindset, he ended up building a great fortune. If he could do it 4,000 years ago, without the internet, without credit cards, without modern tools, you can do it too, by following these 7 timeless lessons. The first lesson, pay yourself first. Arkad always repeated, of every 10 coins you earn, save at least 1 for yourself. That is the first step taught by Clayson, the author, and it's brutally simple. Start by saving at least 10% of what you earn. No excuses. It doesn't matter if you earn a lot or a little. Habit is the muscle of wealth. The key is giving yourself priority. That coin you pay yourself is your future freedom. It's the habit that changes everything. That money can become seed capital to invest or start a business. If you can't save when you have little, you won't do it when you have a lot. Automate your savings. Create a separate account. Every time you get paid, transfer that 10% as if it were a mandatory bill. In fact, don't even include it in your budget. Just separate it and set it aside. Lesson 2. Control your expenses. Arkad teaches something powerful. Don't confuse needs with wants. Many people think they need a new phone, brand name clothes, or that $6 coffee every morning. But when you truly track your expenses, you realize you're bleeding money on things that don't bring you closer to your goals. He who cannot control his expenses will always be a slave to them. Do you really need 3 streaming platforms? Or could you cut that and use the money to build something of your own? Small daily decisions have a huge impact in the long run. Make a realistic budget and assign a limit for personal spending. And every time you want to treat yourself, do it. But only after you've saved and hit your 10% goal. It's not about living poorly, but about living with purpose. Third lesson, make your money work for you. This is one of the most powerful pieces of advice in the book. Gold labors diligently and willingly for the wise man who puts it to work. What does that mean? That it's not enough to just save money. You have to make it produce. Modern examples you can start with: investing in index funds, buying a machine that provides services for rent, monetizing online skills, or even acquiring digital assets like books, courses, or apps. The idea is simple. If every dollar you save is a worker, your goal is to have an army of workers producing for you, even while you sleep. Lesson 4. Learn before you act. One of the most common mistakes is investing based on emotion rather than education. Arkad, the main character of the story, advises that if someone is going to invest their money, they must understand the business. He tells the story of Rodan, who wanted to lend money to his sister so her husband could invest in a camel shop without knowing anything about camels. Arkad stops him and tells him to only invest in what he understands, or at least seek advice from those who know the business. It's not about being distrustful. It's about being wise. If you're going to invest in a restaurant, learn how food margins work. If you want to start a business on social media, get to know your audience well. Learn first. Act later. Because money doesn't multiply with luck. It multiplies with knowledge. Fifth lesson, protect what you have. Be wise with what you build. What happens when you already have some savings or investments? The book is clear. Protect yourself from losses. Don't put your money where you can't take care of it. Don't risk your income on gambling, scams, or magical promises. And protect your main sources of income too. If you're a freelancer, have multiple clients. If you work for someone else, create a secondary source. Practical tip. Have an emergency fund with 3 to 6 months of your expenses as a safety net. Sixth lesson. Multiply your income. Diversify and expand. Our cod didn't stick to just one source, and neither should you. Once you have control over your expenses, your savings, and your first investments, it's time to expand. How? Learn a new skill. Create content. Sell something online. Rent out a room. Offer services you already know how to do. Make your time more valuable and aim to automate those efforts. The lesson is simple. Once you've developed a stable source of income, don't put all your eggs in one basket. One single job can fail, but multiple diversified income streams create a cushion, a safety net, a more stable foundation. Seventh lesson, increase your ability to earn money. Invest in yourself, learn more, constantly improve. This lesson highlights that the best asset you have is you. Arcot says you should never stop learning, because the more you know, the more value you bring, and the more opportunities you can seize. In modern times, this can translate to learn a new digital skill, design, programming, video editing, copywriting. Read books, take free courses, watch educational content. Surround yourself with people who challenge and inspire you. Seek mentorship. Listen more and speak less. The key message: if you grow, your income will too. Don't put your personal development on hold while waiting for better luck. Luck favors the prepared. And most importantly, knowledge doesn't weigh anything. It doesn't expire. And you can always take it with you. So invest in yourself and in your ability to generate more value. That's an investment that always pays off. These timeless principles, proven through centuries, have inspired many and still work today. Fill your purse, control your expenses, make your money work for you, protect it, invest wisely, expand your income sources, and, above all, invest in yourself. It doesn't matter how much you have right now. What matters is that you decide to start today. Because wealth is not just about having more. It's about having control over your life. So now you know. Babylon was rich because its citizens chose to learn. And you? Are you going to start your journey today?